Terra versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. Bud Crawford is prepared to light up the sports world and Las Vegas. On paper, it appears to be beyond Crawford's capabilities. But something else is going on behind the scenes. The most astute boxing minds, including Andre Ward and Stephen A. Smith, have started to weigh in, pointing out a serious weakness in Canelo's defense. They think that a plan has been made public, and that Crawford was not only able to use it, but was destined to. Canelo Alvarez has been the dominant force in the super middleweight class. He is more than just a winner. He is, without a doubt, the king, and has defeated all of his opponents. His ability to turn a battle around with a single well-timed shot is renowned. He has taken the strongest blows from larger opponents, and then retaliated with overwhelming ferocity. With his skill at cornering opponents, applying strategic pressure, and unleashing vicious combinations, he has left a legacy of elite fighters in his wake. For Crawford, increasing weight isn't the only aspect of this task. It involves going into the den of a larger, more powerful lion that has prospered against adversaries of his caliber. Nevertheless, rumors have circulated within the boxing community, despite his supremacy. There are rumors of a secret weakness, a little fissure in the stronghold that nobody has been able to exploit.
It's all about staying on the horse. And I asked him, how can you do that? And he said, everything I do in boxing is upper body, and everything I do on the horse is lower body. And on that basis, I am the one who theorizes that the reason you can't knock him down is not because of his chin, it's because of his legs.
His base.
You can't get him off balance.
You got a love for boxing.
Yes. Love
Who
boxing.
gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up. The biggest
Crawford.
fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
And when I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway for crying out loud.
Right.
The thing that I don't like about Canelo is that it's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yes.
And that's not beating Crawford. I will confess, I think Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble, and I'm not sure it was him, but I think it was him. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, strong fighter. And I don't care that Crawford gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's going to go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always
prepared.
He's always ready. He's always prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter, though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster.
Stephen A. Smith says he doesn't think anyone can truly knock out Canelo, but he does expect a resounding victory for Crawford. Smith has been highlighting what he refers to as Canelo's one weakness for years. Canelo can be unexpectedly flat-footed, he contends. He becomes a stationary target because he sets his feet to produce that earth-shattering power. Smith critiques this tactic, pointing out that Canelo depends too much on making those strong shots, which he thinks won't work against a talented technician like Crawford. Smith acknowledges the dangers, citing worries expressed by Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis's trainer, who cautioned that Crawford might run into major issues if he confronts the larger and more powerful Canelo. Smith, however, brushes this off since he believes Crawford is a skilled boxer. Crawford's versatility, unrelenting jab, and superb footwork, in his opinion, will be essential. Smith contends that Bud will be able to score points and back away before Canelo can move his feet to react thanks to these advantages along with Crawford's greater quickness. Stephen A. claims that although the design is straightforward in theory, it needs to be executed by a master. Stay on the move, outbox the power puncher, and win a clear decision.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing. About basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. It's a lot of guys that talk it, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have.
If the blueprint is supplied by Stephen A. Smith, Andre Ward, the former pound-for-pound king, issues a terrifying warning about the guy who could carry it out. Crawford is seen by Ward, a fighter who went undefeated in retirement and is more familiar with the championship mindset than most, as more than just a talented boxer. He considers him to be one of the best finishes in sports history and a predator. Ward examines more than just footwork and jabs. He talks about Crawford's killer instinct, which is the uncommon ability to spot when an opponent is injured and approaches the finish with a potentially intimidating level of passion. Canelo is cautioned by Ward that this fight is unique. It goes beyond simply winning games. It's about weathering a storm together. He thinks that even with a heavier weight, Crawford's power is being undervalued. Although many believe Crawford can win by choice, Ward's warning points to a worse possibility. He indicates that if Crawford finds an opening created by Canelo's one weakness, he won't merely outpoint him, he will overwhelm him.
So I don't see how Crawford could hurt Canelo, because Canelo's been in there with Kovalev. He's been in there with Bivol. You know what I'm saying? He's been in there with big punchers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can a guy that's really a 47-pounder, even though he's up in weight, I don't see how he can hurt Canelo. You know what I'm saying? It just feels completely, because your body is different to absorbing a bigger blow. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, when I spar the guys in the lower weight classes and they hit me, bro, it's like, no disrespect, but it just feels like you get hit with a pillow. It's just different. It could be a murderous puncher at 147, but if I'm walking around 185 and I'm a solid guy and I'm used to fighting guys, you know, with a different kind of power, and I spar a guy that's a welterweight, it feels like
This is more than simply comments coming from a reputable source like Andre Ward. This is a serious warning.
What's good? I'm back again, the biggest hater in the sport of boxing. Yo, real quick, just got done. I woke up 3 a.m. I don't know, someone told me to study Canelo, study Crawford. Crawford about to beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez.
If Canelo couldn't knock out Charlo, or you really think that he's gonna knock out Crawford? I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret, is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight.
The boxing community is polarized. Canelo is backed by seasoned analysts such as Gabe Rosado. Rosado draws attention to the tremendous pressure that comes with a Canelo fight week, which Crawford has never experienced to this extent. The expectations, the media, and the spotlight. Before they ever go into the ring, it has the power to mentally destroy warriors. Rosado thinks Crawford won't be able to handle Canelo's inherent size advantage and experience in these situations.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford. He's
But weight classes,
he's the most composed guy. And what, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6. If you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have, and to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
However, the argument for competence is very strong. A boxer who understands the importance of defeating the odds, Timothy Bradley Jr., strongly supports Crawford. He compares it to historic upsets in which smaller, more accomplished boxers defeat bigger champions, and predicts that Crawford will destroy Canelo. It's more than simply a fight. This matchup is exciting because of the tension and unpredictability created by the experts' disagreement during a philosophical argument that is taking place in real time.
This story, I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I was in the gym. I want to say I was getting ready for Chris Diaz or something, and he was sparring like a heavyweight fighter. I'm looking, I'm type nervous for him. I'm like, why is he in the ring with this big old dude? And man, I swear he done caught this dude on the shin. Boom! Dude, wobbling all around the ring. I'm like, what the f***? How is this dude this strong? But it's like, honestly, Bud is very strong. A lot of people don't realize how strong he is as a fighter. And his punching power could carry through the weight classes.
The whispers coming from behind closed gym doors add to the suspense. Teddy Atlas, a legendary trainer, has voiced a disturbing worry. Canelo's unwavering work ethic. Is it a liability? According to Atlas, Canelo might be overtraining and losing his peak performance in the gym as a result. Similar problems have been encountered by numerous legendary champions who have trained their bodies to the utmost only to look weak on fight night. Canelo's preparedness becomes more dubious in light of this theory.
If Canelo stops Bud and you're shocked, you ain't shit. If Canelo rocks Bud and Bud's on the ropes and he's ripping Bud and knocks him out and y'all like, I can't believe what's the meaning behind it. I'll be like, you gotta be the dumb. He's a 38-year-old welterweight. I've seen Canelo make Callum Smith back up, break Billy Joe Saunders' orbital bone, make Danny Jacobs back up, slug with Triple G, knock out Kovalev at light heavyweight. Bivol said Canelo punches harder than Better BF. Bivol, a slick boxer who's a light heavyweight with great feet and young. He wouldn't have said that if he didn't feel the damn punches. He got hit. Canelo going to hit Crawford, and Crawford's going to be like, holy shit.
In the meantime, unexpected rumors have come out of Crawford's camp. Shakur Stevenson, a pound-for-pound sensation who has trained with Crawford, made a revelation that shocked the boxing industry. He asserts that Crawford has been dominating boxers who are not only Canelo's size, but even bigger during sparring. This realization refutes the size disadvantage theory. It implies that Crawford is getting ready to stand up for himself, as well as to resist Canelo's influence. In the end, this battle is about more than just winning or losing. The goal is to leave a legacy. There is everything on the line. This is Terence Crawford's clear path to boxing glory. He will be the first male boxer in the 4-belt period to be an undisputed champion in 3 divisions, if he can advance 2 weight classes and unseat the undisputed monarch. He would rank among the finest of all time for this groundbreaking accomplishment. He is jeopardizing his perfect record in order to gain eternal fame. The stakes are different, but no less significant for Canelo. His reputation as a sport legend would be further cemented with a victory over another pound-for-pound titan. However, a defeat would be disastrous. His legacy would be significantly impacted by losing to someone who began his career weighing 135 pounds, and detractors would not allow him to forget that setback. He is fighting a smaller, more accomplished opponent to protect not only his titles, but his entire empire.